Portugal's northern gem, the city of Porto. We are going to be sharing with you all of the best things to do in this charming city on a 2-day itinerary. From tasting the delicious cuisine of Portugal to the historical landmarks and even sharing some hidden gems with you.
Can you see the glass of
Charming, colorful and authentic, this UNESCO heritage city is the perfect place to explore on foot. So grab your walking shoes and let's go!
Well, welcome to Porto!
Welcome to Porto, good morning!
Wow! We literally just saw the, I guess what could be the main avenue.
We're about to jump straight into a food tour, a morning food tour, which is very unique. So we're super excited for that. Hopefully we get some good morning treats.
Yeah, we're very dedicated. All I had is an apple. Jacqueline has not anything to eat, so there better be some good food in there.
Exactly. Jacqueline? Max. Nice to meet you. Porto was always a trading city. For me, it's a magical place because whenever you open that door and cross that threshold, you get into a magical silence.
So we are starting our first day here in Portugal with a morning food tour. We have jumped on with Food Lovers Tour to try out all of the best food to eat whilst we are staying here in Porto. We're currently at Cafe Guarani, which is a 90-year-old cafe, and we're about to start with a traditional Portuguese breakfast, which I'm so excited for. It's really good. It's not at all like a croissant apart from the shape of it. It's really doughy and fluffy. Super sweet. The sugar glaze on top is very sweet. So I was actually kind of hoping we wouldn't come here on this food tour because this is one of the stops we plan to visit, but that's okay. At least he'll show us the best places to eat.
Fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, fresh meats, everything here of the best quality.
I recently discovered that I actually like sardines. They're actually really good. What I don't like is anchovies. We are at the Mercado Balcão. It's very hard to pronounce this word, but we've come to one of the market stalls, and this particular market stall specializes in tinned fish, which is amazing. We just got a really awesome explanation of why tinned fish became so popular and so famous from Portugal, and even about like their marketing. And now we are getting to try some. This one is cod with garlic and olive oil. It's like a green fish.
Oh my god,
Really good, hey? Yeah. It's really nice fish. Like, it doesn't taste like tinned fish. It tastes quite fresh. And they've also given us a glass of green wine to wash it down with.
Now we are going to try the mustard mackerel.
Obrigada. So we just learned in Portugal, they say salud to cheers, but they also say a nossa, which means to your good health and your good wealth.
Let me introduce you to the green wine properly. Remember I mentioned the north part of Portugal, the northwest. This is called the Minho or Green region. Minho region because of the Minho River that cuts Portugal and Spain.
Oh my god, the people at this stall are so kind. You have to come to this particular store if you come to this market. They're so kind.
delicious. Thank you so much. So I just had the mackerel. Haven't had time to eat. Delicious. Yeah.
Oh my god. This is why I do all of the talking on camera, because Max is absolutely useless and he just shoves food in his mouth.
Excuse the fact that I was a bit distracted because there's a lot going on, but I was actually very surprised to hear that you can walk around with your glass of wine. But yeah, cool thing, you can walk around, you order your glass and then you just bring it back to them when you're done.
You can still taste the chestnut in the end with it. And this is a black pig salpicão.
Thank you.
Ooh, that's good ham.
That is very good.
Good?
Oh, this one's really good.
I got it. Alright, some smoked chorizo this time. From Black Pig. Oh wow. So many of the buildings in Porto, as we've been walking around this morning, we've really noticed they have all these beautiful painted tiles on them.
This is a very important hardware store here. Imagine you have a, I don't know, 17th century furniture that is missing a handle. You come here, they make a copy of it, an exact copy of it, and you have a full set. But I brought you here, of course not to choose handles, but to go to the hidden gem we have.
Well, none of this thing come up in my research, so this is a really nice hidden gem. So cute, I love it.
It doesn't get more real than that.
So, pastéis de nata from Manteigaria, the best in the world. Why is that? Because they're always fresh and their custard is the best prepared. Their pastry will always be crusty, flaky and delicious.
We have come to Montegaria for the best pastéis de nata in the world, according to our guide Granado. So, whoa, I almost dropped it.
As a side note, Jacqueline has been wanting to have one for like 6 months, but she's like, I will wait for Portugal.
Yes.
And every time we see one, she's like, oh, I really, really want it. No, I'll wait for Portugal. Finally, she gets it.
But this is the one, best in the world. Oh my god, it's so good. Oh my god. This is heaven. Oh my god, so good, man.
Smile? Smile.
Now, apparently the reason these ones are the best in the world and because they have the best custard recipe. I can attest. It is so good. It is like has a tiny bit of citrus flavor, but it's so sweet and creamy. And the pastry is so flaky. Like this is heaven.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Pastry gets soggy.
Oh my god, I'm so best thing I've ever eaten.
Oh my god.
That's the first one.
Oh my god.
You're going to have, and this is the best.
I'm lost for words as to how delicious this is.
Okay, that's how it goes here in Porto.
We come to Conga, which is like Casa das Bifanas, which is this sandwich right here that we're about to eat. This is apparently the most important sandwich in Portugal. And this place apparently does the best one in Porto. So, cheers. The bread is so crunchy and fresh. It's really good bread. The meat has been like slow cooked or something. It's very melt in your mouth meat. And it has a bit of a spicy kick to it. The only thing I don't like is that because it's so oily, the oil has soaked into the bread at the bottom and made it a bit soggy. But apart from that, it's actually a really good sandwich.
Alright. Oh wow. What?
Dried figs with walnuts.
Ooh. Alright, that was a great tour with Granado. Highly recommend it. We'll leave a link so if you want to be in Porto and have something to entertain you without just having to look at your phone, and find out where to go to this guy. He really knows his stuff.
We will put a link in the description for this tour as well, because honestly we highly recommend jumping on a food tour whenever you come to a new country or a new city.
Yes.
Definitely check out Food Lovers Tour. They're amazing.
Yeah. We're gonna go sit down, rejuvenate with a little coffee, and carry on, because it is just the beginning of the day, guys. And we're just getting started here.
We're just getting started.
This is summer. The sun doesn't go down until 2 a.m. So,
Oh my gosh.
time to
You
get
can
a
tell
coffee.
Max is how to drink or two.
Time to get a coffee, and let's rewind. All right, beautiful people, we've had a coffee. Honestly, Europe in April, the time to be here. It is quite busy, but it's bearable, and the heat is bearable, more importantly. Oh, wow.
Oh my god. So we've made it to Sé de Porto, which is the Cathedral of Porto. It actually seems like it's up on one of the higher hills here in Porto. And thanks to some other YouTubers we follow, thank you Ian and Anna, they actually went to the Clerigos Tower and to the cathedral, and they did tell us that the best view was here at the cathedral. So if you are short on time, you don't want to do both like us, then the cathedral is the better one to come to. Okay, so we've just made our way inside Sé de Porto. It is one of the many sights to see in Porto. Actually, all the buildings around Porto are looking pretty spectacular, but we will only be taking you to the highlights in this video. This one is €3 to enter, and the inside is much more impressive than the outside. First time seeing the river. When you look at Porto from up here, there's so many like narrow streets, and they're so winding and turning, and like little buildings and bigger buildings, and it just feels like one of those cities that has so many hidden gems that even though we have 2 full days to explore, I feel like you would need to almost live here for a few months to really get to know Porto and find all those little secret gems. Okay, so the cathedral was beautiful, the view incredible, well worth it. Now, there's something I'm very excited to go to, but it's a little bit of a myth, but it's supposed to be stunning anyway, so let's go. Just down from the cathedral is actually the São Bento train station, and it's one of the things that we're supposed to check out because it's right next door. We thought we would check that out on the way to our next stop. Okay, can kind of see why it's one of the things you're supposed to check out. It is beautiful, but this is amazing. This is gorgeous. It is, all of the walls are filled with painted tiles, incredible tiles, plus there's these huge stained glass windows.
It's a high ceiling.
And a gorgeous old clock. Wow, this is stunning.
Yes, please.
Apparently, the best eclairs are not in France, they are in Porto. I wouldn't say I'm an eclair connoisseur like I am with some other foods, but the pastry is like slightly crunchy but really soft. The cream is so creamy and nice, but the hazelnut on top, oh my gosh, so good. But I would go back to the Pastel de Nata place way before I went back there.
Oh, yeah.
So now we are on our way to Livraria Lello. So if you are a Harry Potter fan, you may have heard of this bookstore before, or you may know about the connection between Harry Potter and the city of Porto as well. So there's a couple of interesting connections, and I believe only one of them has actually been confirmed, but they're fun to think about anyway, and this bookstore is one of them. Oh my gosh, this line is so long. We have a 4 p.m. entrance into Livraria Lello. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but that's okay. It is €8 per person to get in, and you do have to pre-book your tickets online.
Welcome, thank you. Oh my god.
It's so beautiful. There's so much detail. Like, you're so drawn to the staircase in the middle, but everywhere, if you look around, bookshop, but also crowded. Yeah.
Comes with the territory.
It is one of those things that you know it's going to be busy, but because it's so crowded, it does a little bit detract from the experience to have to like, you can't really like get a nice picture or, you know, even really move about because there's someone standing there, but still definitely worth it. We have come to Pont Louis I, which is the bridge of Dom Louis I. It is the most famous of the 6 bridges that span across the Douro River here in Porto. And it's famous, I guess, because it was designed by Gustav Eiffel's colleague. And also, I think it just has really amazing views. So Porto actually exists because it was a famous port, especially transferring things from Europe over to England. One of their largest exports are, as you can imagine, wine. They actually had to create a way to preserve the wine when they transported it across. So they actually added liquor to the wine to preserve it, and that is where port was created.
My girl, eh? Full of facts. Who needs Wikipedia when you have Chakalinia?
So charming over this side. Feels a little bit quieter than when we were. So cute. Look at this. It's like the prettiest view we've had, I think.
Whoa.
This is like the funnest tinned fish I've ever seen. But actually, apparently the sardine is the queen of fish. Look how cool they are. You're so cute.
Good morning, beautiful people. Welcome to the official day 2 of our 48 hours in Porto. And we came and tried some, you guessed it, port wine.
Today we have gotten out of the city of Porto and we're doing a day tour with living tours to the Douro Valley. The reason we chose this tour is because it combines some port tastings and wineries with some actual regular wine as well as we get to go on a boat cruise along the Douro River. You would have seen yesterday we showed a bit of the Douro River. It's really famous in this region, so I'm excited to do that one. But we come to our first winery and we're going to try some port wine.
With a natural irrigation process that's unique from the Douro Valley. This is St. Louis. You have a lot of land here. It's 125 hectares. Something very exclusive in the way they have sometimes limited edition red wines with over like maybe 700 or only 1,000 bottles production with over 25 native varieties altogether, because you mix them to give more complexity and very extreme nice flavor.
They claim to be the oldest port wine maker around here, which makes them the OGs of Porto.
It's a
Port
created
wise.
port.
Created. I mean, it's from 1638, so remains to be proven.
I'm gonna believe it.
Okay, so they've given us 3 different wines in order of like strength, starting for light white to finishing to what they reckon 10 years old is considered old and good to 10-year-old ports.
Yes, so we're starting with actual wine, which is nice, and then the port, which is like, you know, the dessert or the aperitif, they call it. But it's just crazy that we're literally about to drink port wine where port wine was created, in the exact winery that it was created in. That's so cool. Okay, it is time to taste port wine from the creators of port wine, the oldest port winery in Portugal. That's a lot of port.
It's a lot of port.
Salud. Yeah.
Wow.
It's delicious.
Very sweet and
It's like caramel toffee,
yeah, it's like toffee, yeah.
but like with a bit of a fruity flavor. A bit of like zest, like citrus. I don't know. We're not wine experts, we just like it. But no, honestly, I always thought I didn't like port, but I think I do like port.
An interesting fact that our bus driver shared with us in the bus is olive trees. Two things. First of all, before there were walls to sort of demarcation the plot of land that you own, those were the ways to be able to tell, okay, this is the end of your land, this is the beginning of my land. But also, they also use it, as you can tell, especially here, it's very applicable, because the root of an olive tree really endures the soil, that it actually makes it much less vulnerable to the elements.
I don't know what it is, but it's like if you're getting on the boat, you know it's gonna be a good time because these scenic areas, it's always a good time on a boat. So I'm excited for the good vibes.
Obrigado.
My friends, these peppers are that we call Lello. My friends. It smells good, right? You see that it smells good. Then
We've come to the cutest place for lunch, and we have a very traditional Portuguese lunch. So it's basically a lot of grilled, like barbecue style meat. We had some traditional, like Portuguese appetizers. We had black-eyed peas with tuna, some tomatoes, some bread, and now we've got like our full-on meat dish. We've got wine going with it. It's a big community table. It's nice.
They're about to crack open a bottle of vintage port in a very unique way, and our guide came to tell me come and have a look because it's actually pretty rare, so let's go check it out.
my friends, you will have a vintage port, okay? You had it 10 years, Tony. Right now I will have open this vintage port that it's a really special wine. It has to be approved by the Port Wine Institute in a chamber of 30 juries. Unanimously, they all have to agree that it's a special wine. If we have one black sheep that says no, we don't have it. But the problem is that if you try to open those bottles with a normal corkscrew, the cork may be damaged and it will damage the wine. So, we open it by fire. I have in here this iron tongue that I will apply some pressure with all the heat of the iron in the neck of the bottle. Hopefully, it will mark with heat the neck of the bottle. I will apply cold water in the same place. Once again, hopefully, we are going to have a thermal shot, and I will be able to take the neck of the bottle along with the cork, but without touching the cork. I'm saying hopefully because it's my first time doing this. Please bear with me. Can you see the glass of
Tasting our first ever fire opens. Port wine or wine in general?
That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well, like rewind the
Let's go
energy.
backwards.
No, don't rewind. Just stick to where you are. Unless
Oh
you want to
my-
watch it again if you want to, but
Oh
We're
my
gonna
God,
rewind our
so much
energy.
editing, so much editing.
you want to party?